So as you can see, we've just harnessed her up. She's quiet as a lamb now. She's absolutely lovely. What I'm saying is, this mare can't take any more knowledge in at the minute. So she's been here for a 6 weeks period. Now if I kept the horse here for 10 weeks, it wouldn't be no better, because she is now full up in her head. Everything is consolidated, what we've done in a pair. But what the lady wants to do is to drive her single. Well, with this horse, I can put her in the shafts, wouldn't be any problem. But she still needs, after 6 weeks, a rock like Rowley by the side of her, just for reassurance and like that. Now, also, it's a bit hard to explain really, but basically what it is, she's getting to the stage where she's fed up with this. When a horse gets fed up with it, they switch off. So they do what they know, and you can't put anything more in their head because they've just switched off. They've gone. They're a bit like horse in a riding school. They come out, walk out like that, stand there. Someone gets on their back, they know whether they're going on that trek or round around the school, and they're like that. And it's hard enough just to get, you know, the one at the front to go round to the back of the line, you know, trot your horse on now please and go round. Oh, he's got no interest, and she's just coming to that stage. Well, if you can't have the horse's interest in it, you ain't going to teach him anything. So what I've advised with this one, that it goes home, it's only 3-year-old, and she's done absolutely lovely. If you look at her here, she's standing in harness against this big horse, foot's at rest. She's absolutely fine. All she's got is a piece of rubber. She's perfectly laid back, but she's almost too laid back. It's almost like I'm just sick and tired of doing this. I don't want to do it anymore. So that ain't helping the horse, and it's not helping me train the horse. So what advice we've given the owner is, take the horse back, let me have it again in the spring. It'll only take, we've just got one come back now, exactly the same thing from Norfolk. He come in, the horse had a first day back when he arrived, he didn't have anything done to him, just left it. Next day he had a set of harness put on, left on him during the day. We brought him out that evening, put him straight on the pole. About 13 months, 14 months he's been away, the horse. Come out, put him straight on the pole, asked him to back up, you know, alongside this horse. Off we went down the road. He was a little bit, you know, fresh of himself, soppy. No problem. So she won't lose anything. She'll keep what she's got, but she's now, all of it is too the same. It's too much the same. So, and also she's still jumpy with the odd bits and pieces. So say for instance we put her in the shafts and she jumped a bit and scooted off a little bit, wouldn't do her any favours. When we put her in the shafts, we want her to have gained enough confidence, you know, that, and listening to me, and just at this moment in time she switched off. She's standing there like that all day long. She wouldn't move, she wouldn't get upset, she wouldn't be anything at all in any way. She'd stand there. But she's not listening and she's not learning. And she's definitely not, for that reason, she's not ready to go into single. That's basically what I'm saying. When a horse is in single, she's got to think for herself, she's got to do everything for herself. So therefore, you've got to have her attention so you can teach her that. And that's what we're losing now. She's been too long. She's been here too long. She's learnt what she's learnt, which is lovely. Let her go away, let her be a baby, you know, for the rest of this time and over the winter, and play and kick and buck and do all that. Yeah, lady's got another one identical to her to put them as a pair, and like the lady said herself, this one's a bit, you know, a bit timid, a bit frightened, a bit edgy. When she leads them out the field, she said to me the other day, she'd take the 2-year-old, and if they're going through a narrow gap or, you know, somewhere a bit strange, she'll put the young one in front and the older one, this 3-year-old, will follow. So if we bring her back, she'll be 4-year-old, the other one will be 3. This one we know will do the work, everything that's required in a pair. So it'll help the young one, you know, once we break the pair of them as a pair, it'll help the young one, you know, to share the load, share the work, and she'll look after the young one. But she's just not taking anything more in at the moment. Right, okay then. Well, a lovely horse, lovely. And he'll come and bark when, you know, when we tell him, if I tell him to go away, he just go away, but basically come and bark around her. Nothing, she'll stop when she's told. She'll do everything she's told to do. She just is not listening anymore. She's like on automatic pilot, basically. Walk on. Nice head carriage on her. You can see she'll have a nice head carriage because she's only in a piece of rubber in her mouth. That's all she's got. And she's just, what's it? If I tell them now, well, slack rein, she'll stand there, good as gold. Perfect. You say to me, well, surely put her in single, she'll be fine. I'm telling you, with my knowledge over the years, you know, if you send horse away to be trained by a trainer, you know, then you've got to listen to what they got to say, you know, because otherwise why pay the money? But this horse here, look, not a murmur. Now, I'm just going to move over a tiny bit. Come over, Rollo. Wave this car on. Car here, I've got a slack rein, look. Can't get any closer to her than that, and you know, no problem at all, just going along, no trouble at all. Yeah, and if we ask them, it won't come in the other way, we just do this nice and slow. So she's got her head, I'm going to turn her head slightly towards this car, you can see there, no problem at all. So her traffic problem, we virtually conquered that, you know, she's contented. With the road we're going on now, we're going to go to a small town about 7 miles away, and we'll be doing some walking, trotting on the way down there, and you'll see then that, you know, how she behaves with. We've got her on the outside, we've had her on the inside obviously, but when she first went in we put her on the outside, because horses that are afraid of traffic are far better off, in my mind, if you know what you're doing, putting them on the outside first. If you're going to use a pair, going home to a lady to drive, if this was going home now, saying a single, we'd get Kathy to take the reins. She's a competent driver, and she would drive the horse. Obviously I'd be with her, but get used to, the horse would get used to another pair of hands. Now, did you hear that little noise? This car that was just overtaken just run over some gravel, and you can see that mare just tighten up a little bit. And that's the sort of thing I'm saying to you. If you didn't have that steadying influence of Rhodey, she would be possibly off up the road getting a little bit excited. So, you know, now she's got her ears right pricked forward now and interested. The only reason she's doing that and hasn't got them laid out to the side is because in this field here there's a couple of new horses just arrived, and nothing to do with us, it's our neighbours. They've got a couple of horses just come in, and she can smell them and she can hear them moving the other side of that hedge. But the rest of the time, and this is the unfortunate thing, she got her head down like that, ears out to the side, and she's just going along because that's what we've asked her to do. There's no great interest in her life, and you're not proving anything continuing with horse like this, because I want them full of grub, you know, and we feed them quite heavily. We have our own mixture of nuts made up for them, you know, cubes made up for them, and they all have that, and then they have, you know, different things added to that, minerals and whatever's required, oil maybe, whatever it might be, added on top of that. So she's getting that. She's got all the A's she can eat, haylage if she wants that instead. But you can see there's, like, she's been doing it 20 years. She's got no spark about her, nothing at all. You know, she's been up this road so many times, she's sick of it. Well, we take her a different way. We keep trying to change what we do. We go backwards, you know, around the route instead of the same way. We take a different route entirely. But it's the same thing. You can't keep her, you know. Now, when all she's like that, you're not going to get any more into her. I mean, what she's achieved since she's been here is remarkable, because she was a bag of nerves. It took them ages, you know, when the man come, the man who brought the horses, breaks horses, her father of the owner, lovely man, knows his horses, not a fool in any way, round them, you know, but getting on a bit in years now. But, you know, he brought her on that lorry. Well, it was a job to get her to come off, you know what I mean, off the lorry. Just a bit nervous, just a bit that way. So, you can see what she's doing now. Now, what I'm doing at the moment is letting her pull this vehicle, right? I'm not making her do anything that she can't do, but she is actually pulling this vehicle. Because I've just told Rowley with the reins, I'll just give him a little message, a little three little jerks like that, and he'll come out of draft, you know? And if I give him, like, you know, just gather the reins up and say, Rolo, he'll go up into draft. You can see, Rowley, up. And he'll take the weight of the carriage, right? He'll take all of it, half of it, or quarter of it, whatever I want. So the little mare will work. She's much, 1,000 times better on the road than what she was when we first started. She was genuinely frightened. And she's coping really lovely. But she's come to a point where she goes, no, I'm just sick and tired of doing this. Or she's on the borderline of coming to that point. Now what she'll do then, she'll start turning her head away when you want to put the harness on. I don't want to do that today, please don't make me do that. I'm not enjoying it. And you've got to have horses enjoying what they're doing. She's been here too long, but what should have happened, you know, under our normal training regime, is she would be 6 weeks, she'd be done. But is not quite ready to go into single. If we pursue that, and we try and put her in single, you could put her in single right this minute. You take her out, put her in a cart in front with the shafts on, and she'd walk away with it. Putting her in single is not the problem. But where you see that little bit of gravel when the car went over, something else will make her jump and she'll lose the plot for a minute. Now, if I try and teach her to get over them things, she ain't going to do it. Because her head's too full now, she can only learn so much in so long, yeah? But like this now, just walking along here, she's lovely. If we ask her, Rolo, up, trot, trot. See her go away, lovely. She's going to have a lovely head carriage, this horse. I know at the moment you say, well, I can't see it, but take it from me, she will have. She'll start dropping her head down in a while. She'll have a lovely old soft mouth because she's got that rubber in that's all steering her. She'll come back in with her chin near her chest. And then when we get her in single, we'll really concentrate on that, getting her head carriage right. She's willing to take the weight, she's willing to do everything. So you see there that very slight thing. She's turned and looked at that motor car, yeah? Just looked. Nothing like that. Now if the lady in that motor car had put her hand out the window to wave to me, which, you know, obviously we know a lot of folk around here where we drive, that might have been enough to spook her and make her come out of her comfort zone. I put her in the shaft now and I'll send her home. The temptation for the owner will be to put her in. And when she goes in shafts, you know, next year, which we'll do, no trouble at all, then when the horse goes home, that needs to be continued and carried on. You know, obviously we do it, drive her through the town like it, if that's what the lady wants, whatever she wants. You see these markings on the road, don't even look at them. No reaction whatsoever. Because she knows that. She knows when I'll say to her in a minute, I'll get her to canter for a bit on the road. And now there, you see, just brush the edge, that car did. A little bit and I can feel her tighten up. Now, if you were sitting on her, you'd feel through your thighs and your bottom, you'd feel her tighten up under you, not quite happy. Well, I can't teach her because she ain't listening. I can take her out as often as you like doing this, but you put her in single and where she's not prepared to listen, she goes away, has holiday, comes back, she'll be fresh, she'll be receptive to learn more. That's why they give kids holidays at school, because she can't learn unless she have a break. And she's just one of them girls. She'd have been better if she would have brought up to the farmyard. They live on a farm, these folk, and was handled, but she's had 3 years out in the field, as far as I understand, with very little handling. But she might have been better, you know. Put got a good willing worker. You can see her head carriage coming now, you know, more and more as we just watch it. But we don't pull on the reins to get head carriage. Just let her, she'll find it herself with the right amount of pressure. And obviously we don't put a lot on, that's why we drive them in a rubber bit. Go on, up Rolo. And there's a chainsaw going up the bank. She's pricked her ears, but not any reaction. Bring that, not a chainsaw, a strimmer. If you brought that down to the edge of the road, she'd be all over the road. You know, too near, far enough away. But that'll definitely come, no question. I've no worry about that at all. You see a little reaction there. Come all up the road as though she's on her own and she's not being with another horse. This is a typical thing of a horse that's just about coming to the stage where they've had enough, yeah, and need a little break. You see her ears go back and a certain amount of spitefulness towards the inside horse, yeah. It'd be the same if she's on the other side. The side don't make any difference. But she just looked at him and got a bit spiteful. So she's doing what she's got to do, but she's not doing it with a, you know, real happy heart. That's what I'm saying. Come on in. Hey! Hey! Get up, Rolo. Hand her up the high street in the town. Back rain. Put my brake on. Tell her, whoa! Stand still, my babies. And there's a 3-year-old man standing there as quiet as a lamb. Stand still, Ruddy. Just a piece of rubber in her mouth. And that's it. So it's what she's got, but she ain't got no room in her brain at the minute for anything else. Walk on. Walk up, Rolo. Come up, darling. Very, very, very good mare for a work. She's not afraid of work at all. In actual fact, I would say she likes it. But she's just coming to the stage now where she goes, oh, I'm fed up with this, you know. So, rather than her get to that stage, we're going to take her back home. She's going to have a few months off, or, you know, 6 months or so, then come back to us. And we'll put her in, and by that time her little sister will be ready to come along, and she'll have a lovely pair to drive. Good boy. All right. I'll come back. I'll check that in a minute when I come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the little tube thing.
Yeah, well, before that used to come in a tube.
What we're doing, I'm walking along beside you, see our head carriage there.
Lovely bit of slobber, just on a rubber bit. So, you know, she's got the head carriage there.